For the past 18 years, Peace Over Violence has run its Denim Day campaign on a Wednesday in April in honor of Sexual Violence Awareness Month. The campaign was originally triggered by a ruling by the Italian Supreme Court where a rape conviction was overturned because the justices felt that since the victim was wearing tight jeans, she must have helped her rapist remove her jeans, thereby implying consent. The following day, the women in the Italian parliament came to work wearing jeans in solidarity with the victim. Peace Over Violence developed the Denim Day campaign in response to this case and the activism surrounding it. Since then, wearing jeans on Denim Day has become a symbol of protest against erroneous and destructive attitudes about sexual assault. And joining us this morning from Soroptimist International of the American River, Lisa Bloom, to talk about Denim Day and what's happening in Auburn. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Wednesday Morning Show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so what's going on down in Auburn today?
We are, for the fifth year this year, having a gathering, not really a march, but more a gathering public awareness event surrounding Denim Day to promote both Sexual Awareness Month, which is the month of April, and to get our Soroptimist and local politicians and other citizens more aware of sexual assault and the resources that are available to people to combat and help them survive sexual assault.
So how many people do you expect to be tromping around today?
In the past, we've had anywhere from 50 to 150 people. We gather on the steps of the historic courthouse in Auburn, which is kind of an iconic symbol of the city and the surrounding area, so it's kind of a central location.
Well, and this happened originally. The event that happened that prompted this was happened in a court.
True. So the symbolism is there as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, be curious to see if the turnout is greater this year because of the current inhabitant of the president of the White House. I am festooned in my pussy hat this morning.
Yes, you are.
In honor of this, and you know, the Women's March the day after Trump was inaugurated. A lot of women turning out for a lot of different reasons. But I'll be curious to see if the numbers are bigger this year because of Donald Trump being in the White House.
You know, I don't know. Maybe that'll be a little bit of a trigger for people.
Why is Soroptimist? You're with Soroptimist International. Why is Soroptimist taking this on? Is that something that you normally do in your organization, these types of things?
Well, Soroptimist International generally focuses on issues that impact women and girls. So that's our overarching focus is women and girls. And we tend to focus on domestic violence issues, sexual assault issues, wage parity, equality for women, education for girls. We've become more involved with STEM focus and with education for girls. So I think just because our mission is to support women and girls through a variety of means, that this Sexual Assault Awareness Month is kind of a key month for us, and this event or this day tends to lend itself and fit in with our mission.
How prevalent, and I don't know if you've got data or numbers to support this, but how prevalent is sexual violence in our community?
Sexual assault, they say that 1 in 5 women will suffer some sort of sexual assault.
Locally, globally?
I'm not so much up on locally per se, but just nationally, the data tends to say that it's 1 in 5 women. And 1 in, I think, about 70 men will suffer some sort of sexual assault in their lifetime. So sexual assault kind of impacts both genders. And right now the focus a lot is on the LGBTQ community, transgender community, have seen an uptick in sexual assault type crimes and sexual violence.
Well, we were talking a little bit before we went on the air about the, I don't know if it's ironic or not, but the fact that we have a president who made some rather bad comments about women in general, which prompted this piece of headgear that I'm wearing and the march in Washington. You've got a very powerful media person, Bill O'Reilly, who recently was sacked by Fox because of repeated allegations and settlements surrounding sexual violence. prominent entertainers, athletes. It's a pretty commonplace thing. I mean, this has been happening 18 years. You think you're moving the needle at all?
I would like to hope we are. I think that at a minimum, we are at least making it more out in the world. You know, people are talking more about sexual assault, sexual violence. I think that in the past it's been something that people didn't want to talk about. You know, if a woman suffered an assault, it was rare that it was reported. So I think that the numbers of people actually reporting sexual assault are up. And I think that more people are able to put themselves out there and talk about it. So I'd like to hope that we are moving the needle forward a little bit.
So I see the irony in that. I mean, the numbers are up, but that's a good thing because women and victims of sexual assault feel more emboldened to report that.
Correct.
And come public with it than they did previously. So that's a good development. But
the fact that we're still dealing with the issue itself is sad. Yes,
it is. Yeah. It's 25 to 10 on a Wednesday morning. We're speaking with Lisa Bloom. She's here at the studios of KVMR on Bridge Street, Nevada City, and we're talking about Denim Day being observed all over the world, but locally in Auburn with the march taking place at the Auburn Courthouse today. What types of resources are available in the Auburn, Placer County community for people that are victims of sexual
Well, there are a
violence?
variety of resources available. One of the organizations, or a couple of the organizations that are very involved with our club and that we are aware of and are in the sexual assault and domestic violence arena are locally in Grass Valley and Nevada City, Women of Worth. The Stand Up Placer organization in Auburn has a sexual assault awareness team, domestic violence awareness team that is very involved. Local law enforcement, often, I don't know particularly whether we have that available locally, but local law enforcement often has a team that's devoted to that particular crime family. And there are a national, like a 1-800 hotline, and I apologize, I don't have the number up the top of my head, but there's a number that you can call and from the national get a local referral to any of the number of agencies that are available that help you deal with that.
Okay. Men are welcome today at the march?
Definitely, most definitely.
Okay.
We have had men attend in the past. It's predominantly women that are there, mostly a lot of Soroptimists. We have a community of Soroptimist clubs both in Placer County and Nevada County that are in close proximity, so we do get a draw from local clubs. But local politicians, city council members, board of supervisors, law enforcement. So I'm hoping it's going to be a good crowd.
I was invited to attend, but I was advised that if I'm going to attend, I better wear denims.
Definitely.
I better have jeans on.
That's the focus is the denim.
Okay, so today in Auburn, what time?
From 4:30 to 5:30 or thereabouts. We start gathering sometime between 4 and 4:30 and hand out brochures, have banners, make our presence known, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. It's a little damp out there right now, but
Yeah, don't let a little rain stop you.
We won't melt.
So as always, a march is good, a gathering of people is good, but what do you hope this leads to? What are you building towards with this gathering of people today?
I think that increasing awareness generally, and that's the primary focus of today's activity, is the main focus. But I think that as you increase awareness and people become more involved, people who may have been victims of a sexual assault see that there are people out there that are supporting them. I'm hoping that it's kind of focuses attention on those organizations that work towards either prevention, support after an event, looking at legislation that might change laws. So that public awareness impacts in a lot of areas that I'm hoping that this will help.
Okay, one question for you now. This is something I've never asked this question of any Soroptimist that I know, and I know many Soroptimists. What is a Soroptimist?
A Soroptimist, the word itself is a coined word. It's from the soror, which is woman or sister, and optimist, which is the best or the optimum for. So it's coined word that generally means best for women. Our mission, again, is focused on women and girls and issues that impact them, whether it's sexual assault or education. It's an organization that's been around since 1921, founded by a woman in Alameda County named Violet Richardson Ward, who for her time was a little bit of an activist, because in the 20s women's organizations weren't necessarily prevalent.
Or encouraged.
Or encouraged. So it's grown from what used to be called a hat and white glove, organization where women just went and it was more social. They did have issues of the day that they were dealing with, but it's kind of grown to be more active advocacy than maybe when it started in the 20s. But it's worldwide now. There are Soroptimist clubs and organizations in, I think, 120-something countries around the world.
Okay, so if someone would like to become involved in your organization, or more immediately, if they want to get details on today's march, where can they get the information? You have a website and a phone number for people?
We have a website. It's www.siamericanriver.org is our website. You can go to soroptimist.org. You can go to denimday.org, has their own website to get information. My phone number, if you want to give out my phone number, is 530-863-7866, and I'd be happy to talk to you and give you information.
Okay, Lisa Bloom, thanks for coming in, and I hope you have a huge turnout today. And you know what? I hope that a miracle occurs, and next year there's no need to have a Denim Day March. I suspect that won't happen, but let's hope for that.
Let's hope for it. That would be wonderful.
Okay, thanks for what you do and what the Soroptimists do.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
Okay.